You know, we have conversations all day, every day. But how often do we walk away feeling like we truly got our point across? Well, in this explainer, we're going to build a communication toolkit. And by the end, you'll have the exact phrases you need to share your opinion with way more clarity and confidence.
Have you ever been there? You're in a meeting, or maybe just chatting with a friend, and the perfect comeback, the perfect point is right there on the tip of your tongue, but you just can't find the right words. Or maybe you just stay quiet, words you won't say it right. It's so frustrating, but it's a feeling we all know. And today, we're going to fix it.
So here's the good news. Having a really productive conversation isn't some kind of mysterious art form. It actually breaks down into 3 pretty simple stages. We're going to walk through each one: how to ask for an opinion, how to state your own, and then how to respond. By the time we're done, you're going to feel so much more empowered in any discussion.
All right, so let's start at the very beginning. Every good conversation starts with an invitation. Before we can jump in with our own ideas, we have to open the door for other people first. So this first stage is all about asking. It's about creating that space for someone else to share what they think.
Now, what's so cool here is the range you have to work with. You've got your more formal options like, "What is your opinion on?" which is perfect for a business meeting. And then you get into the more casual conversational phrases like, "What's your take on this?" Or, and this is a personal favorite, "What do you reckon?" The real skill is just picking the phrase that feels right for the situation and for who you're talking to.
Okay, so you've opened the door and invited them to share their opinion. Now, it's your turn. The second stage is all about saying what you think and saying it clearly, because how you phrase your opinion can totally change the way people hear it. Let's take a look at some examples.
And this just shows you the power of choosing your words carefully. On one side, you have phrases like, "I strongly believe that." I mean, that comes across with a ton of confidence, right? It says, "I've thought this through and this is where I stand." Then on the other side, you've got softer approaches like, "It seems to me that," or "I may be wrong, but." These are more like an invitation for discussion. They signal that you're open to hearing other ideas. And neither one is better than the other, they're just different tools for different moments.
And of course, there are plenty more ways to round out your toolkit. In my opinion, is just a timeless classic. It's direct, it's clear. From my point of view, is a really great way to gently emphasize that, hey, this is just your perspective. And I suppose that is a more casual way to just kind of put an idea out on the table and see what sticks.
All right, so we've asked for an opinion and we've stated our own. We've now arrived at the last and maybe the most critical stage of all: how to respond. Your reaction is that pivot point where a conversation can either slam shut or really take off. And it's all about how you choose to agree or disagree. Let's start with the fundamentals. For agreeing, something like, "I completely agree," is just so clear and positive. For disagreeing, a phrase like, "I'm afraid I don't agree," is polite but still really firm. But here's the thing. Within both of these, there is a whole spectrum of ways to say it. See, agreement isn't just a simple yes or no. You can go all in with, "I couldn't agree more." You can validate someone's idea by saying, "That's a very good point." You can show you're only partially on board, or you can simply acknowledge where they're coming from with, "I see your point." And that one is so powerful because it proves you're listening even if you don't end up on the same side.
And just like agreeing, disagreeing has all these different shades. And the trick is just choosing the right one. You can be really gentle with, "I'm not sure I agree with you." You can be formal and polite with, "I respectfully disagree." Or sometimes you need to be direct and firm. Just remember, the goal is never to avoid disagreement, it's to handle it in a way that keeps the conversation moving forward.
So, there we have it. That was our journey through the 3 key stages of a great dialogue: asking, stating, and responding. You officially have a complete toolkit of phrases to help you navigate any conversation with a lot more confidence. So let's put it all together in one simple cheat sheet.
Think of this as your go-to guide. When you need to ask someone something, try, "What's your take on this?" To give your own opinion, "From my point of view," works great. To show you're totally on board, "You're absolutely right." And to disagree but respectfully, "That's not how I see it." Simple, powerful phrases that pretty much cover all your bases.
Because really, at the end of the day, these phrases are so much more than just words. They're tools. Tools for connection, for understanding, and for making progress. They give you the power to engage more deeply with all the ideas and the people around you. So the only question left is, now that you have the words, what important conversations are you ready to start?